Good morning, everyone. I'm Daniel the Paladin, and this is Christian Adventure Gamer, and you are watching a segment on paint and coffee. And so, in today's segment, we're just going to pick up where we left off with the troll for the Grimm Forest. Let me take a quick drink from my coffee. And so, I found my other paintbrushes that I couldn't find. So I got a lot of paintbrushes here. And I had an angled paintbrush that I was talking about yesterday. There it is. You can see that. It helps me to get into some really tight angles. So let's set these off to the side. And I have my palette here. And I already have my colors picked out, so I don't have to like fumble around and look for those. Alright, and so we already painted his shirt, his little mane here for his cape, his skin. I think I'm going to do the back of his cloak right now. And so I'm going to do that a oiled leather look. Let's probably try, yep. Then it's not going to take a whole lot, so I don't have to worry about it too much. I'm going to try not to get my hand in the way this time. I know the last video did. There was a lot of my hand being in the way. And as I look, I'm trying to make sure that I'm actually getting where the areas I want to get. And so that means pushing the paint into those little cracks. Oh, not ready for my day yet. Still drinking my coffee. Hopefully you guys are going to like this segment, and it helps me to actually get my painting done. Usually I wait until I'm just motivated enough to get it. I need some more light. Oops. Let me zoom in some more. There we go. That's a lot better. I got a little more light there where there's these normally shadows. So take a little closer look at it to make sure I get around the hand without painting it. And I will find a better angle for the camera, because I really don't like my hand being in the way. See, like that. I accidentally got a little bit of brown on his skin, so I'm just going to touch that up right now. There we go. And then I'm going to paint this little tree here. I think it's a tree. I don't think it's supposed to be a vine. It might be a vine, but I can't really find any pictures on the bridge. I think it's supposed to be a dead tree, but I'm not sure. The reason I think it looks like a dead tree is because it looks like, you know, there's a trunk here. There's a trunk there. So I'm actually going to use a chestnut brown. So sometimes you just want to get a little bit of the extra off, so you're not working with way too much. So how many of you are excited about Gen Con? Right now that's the hot topic with most gamers, because Gen Con is just right around the corner. It's the nation's largest board game convention, which happens right here in Indiana, in the city of Indianapolis, if you've never heard of it. It's 4 days of gaming, card games, board games, video games, and like seminars, discussions, podcasts, you name it. And then on Wednesday, Gen Con actually starts on Thursday to Sunday, 4 days, but on Wednesday there's a trade day where educators, retailers, and therapists can actually go and attend, get trim trainings or learn, and I've done that for the last year, and then I'm doing it again this year. And typically I like to take things like on mental health or child development, things like that, things that pertain to my field. And this year I'm taking a colleague with me, and I'm excited about that, and I think he's excited as well. I've talked, this colleague I went to a small group with before, and always talked about Gen Con when we would go and stuff, so this is his first Gen Con ever, and I'm hoping that his experience is a great one. Trying to get the edge of the tree. And hitting some of the stones a little bit, but that's okay because again, I can touch it up. Doesn't matter if you mess up because you can always touch up. Just like in life. If you have a problem, don't worry so much because you always have a chance to try to fix it. If not, then it's kind of out of your hands and there's no sense of really worrying about it. I like to use painting miniatures for as a DBT skill, which I think one day I'll actually do a little segment on DBT and painting. So that way other therapists can see this video and see how I use it to teach a skill, a coping skill, or a DBT skill. Like right now, I have to make sure I'm breathing. Because if I stop breathing, my hands are going to shake more. I'm not going to be able to focus as well. So it's very important that I breathe and I stay in the moment. I have to stay focused and concentrated. Alright, so what do I want to do next? See a part on the mane of the cloak that should be touched up, because I don't have to come back to go over that. Usually I wait for a last step to do my final detailing and touch-ups. Okay. I think I should do that tarp. And actually I'll use a bigger brush for that. Trying to do this as fast as I can, the best that I can. So right on the edge of the objects in the mold that I'm trying to really focus on. And it looks like a tarp, because it doesn't look like any kind of wood or any kind of support beams. It just looks like a bunch of things just draped together. All I'm doing is pushing the paint into the grooves next to the clothes of the troll. And now I'm just trying to fill in any little gaps that I missed. Plus, when paint dries, it shrinks. Wish I had something funny to talk about to keep you guys kind of entertained. Make this a little more engaging. But I really don't. At least not at this moment. Maybe I should just pick a topic and talk about the topic. Eventually I'm going to get a radio in here. Get some background music going so it's not just silence in between when I'm not talking when I am talking. So, and then it kind of goes up and over. It's almost like it's trying to hide stuff. Like there's some supplies here that looks like it's trying to hide bricks and wood and straw. Alright. Looks like it's hiding part of a base to a house. So I'm going to paint this base to this house that I see here brown, like if it was a part of a wood house. There's a log here, so I'll go ahead and paint that brown. There's actually a few logs here. And all I need to do is color the ends of the log a lighter color, like I did for the little houses. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning coffee as I'm painting, just like I'm trying to enjoy my coffee. In between my brushing strokes, at least. The logs, as much as I can see of it though, that is. Alright, I'm going to paint the crate a lighter color. This part of it's sticking out. Let's see if I can move this. I think that's better. Now you can at least see where my paintbrush is going. Looks like that's just a rock on top of that house piece. All right. I'm gonna do some brick red. A red brick. For the bricks, kind of a darker shade. I'll use a smaller paintbrush even so. And as I dip my brush, I twist it to make sure I get paint on all ends. And then I kind of swipe it off. Now I don't have any extra, it's too much extra. Apparently the troll likes to still supplies. Alright. Looks like all the bricks there. Again, when you clean your brush, you do not want to put the whole brush in the water, only maybe halfway down to the metal, because you don't want water going into the other side of the metal, because it will seep down and eventually destroy your bristles. I'm using some candlelight yellow for the straw. Hopefully it's not too bright of a yellow. Trying to paint around the bricks. That's a little too much paint on that brush. If I wouldn't have taken it off there, it would have been a big problem. I can start to work a little faster. No, still not that happy with the angle of the camera. Now I'm going to add some blue for like if he was actually standing in water. And I ran out of room pretty much on that palette, so I'm just going to grab another palette. Set that one off to the side in case I need any of those colors. I'm using marine teal. And then I'm going to use some marine highlight and dry brush it on there. Then I'm going to do like a sand color on the other side. I could even probably do some of the base too, why not, right? The edge of the base at least, that's what I mean. Adds a really beautiful color to it. See. I can always add some material for basing. I actually have quite a few items here for basing. Sun's starting to come in. So it means it's about time to finish up for the morning as my coffee gets cold. Hopefully you finished your coffee. Doing his eyes and teeth, and then doing the wash and glaze and highlighting. So let me just go ahead and do the teeth and the eyes while I have it here. And this is the ultramarine highlight. And I'm just going to do like a dry brushing with this. gonna use that brush. It's too crummy. There we go. I found a good one. And so, here. This is what we've done so far. I'll just switch back to this white that's over here. Well, it's a splintered bone. I need more of a white. There we go, some linen white. And I had ivory white somewhere, but I'll just have to do splintered bone for his teeth. Now he's got little tiny beady eyes. And according to the picture, they're just all white. So, use a small tip paintbrush. Get off the excess there. I'm just going to do these little tiny little eyeball. I want to make sure I get enough white in there that when I put the wash on, it's not going to hide it completely. Because I want it to pop. We're just about done for the day. There we go. I think right now we're at the point where we can actually wash. And so, I kind of tilt it up so you can see his eyes. And that's gonna have a kind of a dirty look to it when it's all washed and stuff, so. Voila. So, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.